I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the base.
Welcome back to another episode of Lone Star College Football. We're going to talk about some way too early point spreads. According to FanDuel, they've already dropped some spreads on us for next season. And, I guess they're giving Texas a little bit of respect anyways. Maybe not enough in my opinion, but we're going to talk about that today. Before we do, just want to ask y'all to like the video, drop us a comment on what you think about these games, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our mission to 1,000. And would really appreciate y'all's help getting us there. But with that being said, Texas versus Bama. As y'all know, we played them week 2 last year. Texas was a 20-point dog. Ended up losing. I think we lost 19-20. Man, I'd say they're kind of doing us. How do I put it? They're kind of giving us a little bit of respect, I guess, with the point spread being 9.5 now, especially since it's an away game. So we were minus 20 at home, and now we're minus 9.5 away. Way too early. I'm picking Texas. I'm not picking Texas to lose this game by 10. I didn't pick Texas to lose by 20 at home. And a part of that reason is, as some of y'all may know, Alabama is currently like 125th in production returning this year, 120th on offense. Almost all of their offensive and defensive production is gone. Texas, on the other hand, we're returning a lot. Obviously, we're losing Bijan and Roschon. That's a big hit. Our offensive line, all 5 are coming back. Quinn's going to have more practice. Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell transferred from Georgia. J.T. Sanders is playing well and healthy. Isaiah Nayor should be getting back up to full strength. We might have him this season. So way too early. Yeah, I'm going to take Texas plus the points all day. And, depending on how things go week 1, maybe I'll change that. We're going to do our Lone Star locks again going into next season. But way too early, Texas plus 9.5 for sure. Could I see us losing by more? When you play a team like Bama, you always have to acknowledge there is a chance you go and you get curb stomped. It doesn't seem to be Texas's. It doesn't seem to be what we do, right? We lost to Arkansas pretty bad, but we played Bama real well. We lose to. Well, we didn't. We were on our way to destroying Oklahoma in 2021. We killed Oklahoma in 2022. We lose. Most of our games are one possession games. And so I don't think we're going to go to Alabama and get killed. Once again, plus 9.5. I'll take the points. Texas versus Oklahoma, though. Texas is a 5.5-point favorite. I'm just going to be honest. You can make that a 48.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the over. We're going to kill Oklahoma again, guys. I really do believe that, too. We're not going to beat them 49-0. I'm joking. But I really do think we're going to beat them. And I don't think it's going to be that difficult. Right? In 2021, we choked. We mostly choked. Caleb Williams coming in. If Spencer Rattler had to stay in that game, we'd have killed them. Caleb Williams comes in. He does his thing. There's some holding penalties that didn't get called on a couple 3rd and longs that ended up going for touchdowns. Whatever, it's in the past. I've got my excuses, but that's all they are. Last year, they didn't have Dylan Gabriel. Cool. Dylan Gabriel don't play defense. He wasn't going to help y'all. We could have scored 75 in that game if we wanted to. We quit playing our starters halfway through the 3rd quarter. I think Oklahoma will be improved going into this new season with them. They recruited really well with BV. However, Dylan Gabriel is not a good quarterback. He's 7-11 against Power 5 teams. And I just don't have confidence that they're going to be that much better. They're losing their running back. I think their number 1 receiver is leaving too. I could be wrong on that, but it really boils down to their defense was atrocious. They'll be better, but probably not much. And I don't trust I don't trust Dylan Gabriel. I don't trust their new running back. I'd take Texas easily with minus 5.5, to be honest. If you took that and you said Texas was a 12. Man, I don't know. It's hard because it's the Red River, right? It's hard to say I'm going to pick Texas to win by a ton because it's a rivalry game and you never know what can happen. But at the same time, I just don't see Oklahoma turning it around like that. I'd probably take Texas up to 13.5, right? That we can win that game by 2 touchdowns. I wouldn't feel very confident if I did that. At 5.5, I feel solid. Texas will win by at least 6. And that's just the way it's going to go. I don't know if they released any other. These are the main 2 that people are talking about. But our schedule: Rice, Bama, Wyoming, Baylor, Kansas, Oklahoma, Houston, BYU, Kansas State, TCU, Iowa State, and Texas Tech. Just a quick recap on that. Man, you've got to imagine we've got 1, 2. We've only got 1 for sure loss. And even then, like I said, I don't think it's that for sure. Texas can beat Bama. If we could beat them last year, we could beat them this year because they lost a ton. Now, don't get me wrong, they recruit crazy well every year. So obviously they've got backups that would start for most teams in the country. But I think Texas could go to Tuscaloosa and win that game. But for the sake of the argument, I'm going to say that's a loss. That's still only 1 for sure loss. And it's not even a conference game, guys. Like 11-1 is on the table. 11-1 might be our ceiling, and 9-3 might be our floor. And if we're 9-3 and one of those losses is to Bama, you got to imagine we're playing in the Big 12 game. If we win that, it's a solid season. The other 2 losses, in my opinion, the only 2 teams that we could lose to the rest of the season that would not be terrible losses is obviously Oklahoma. And like I said, I think we'll beat them. But if we lose to Oklahoma, it's not the end of the world because it's the Red River rivalry. And then this might shock y'all, but if y'all watched me and Logan's video on the quarterback tier list for the Big 12, we put Jalen Daniels as who we think might be the best quarterback in the Big 12. Not because he's a killer on the passing, but his running game. He might be all Big 12, like first team all Big 12 quarterback. I think Kansas is going to make improvements again. I really do. I think year 1 under Lance Leipold, they went 3-9 or 2-10, and they beat Texas, and everybody was giving Texas crap, but they didn't look at the schedule and realize that Kansas team that year, yeah, they went 2-10, they beat Texas at home, but they were within like a touchdown of beating Oklahoma, a touchdown of beating TCU, a touchdown here, a couple points there. Like they were close in 2021, and then last year they go 6-7. They played like half the season with their backup quarterback. I would listen. Call me crazy. I don't care. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas came out and won 7 or 8 games this year. If Lance Leipold does another step like that, Jalen Daniels is returning. Wouldn't be at all surprised if they won 7 or 8 more games this year. So Kansas and Oklahoma could be some tough games. The problem with that is if we lost all 3 of those, we're starting the season off. And would that be 3-3? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'd be starting the season off 3-3, and then we'd have to go on a 6-0 run to finish 9-3. So that'd be tough in the Big 12. So we have to come away with at least 1, hopefully 2 of those 3, and odds are it'd be Kansas and Oklahoma. But with that being said, appreciate y'all rocking with us today. Like I said in the beginning, it would really help us out with this YouTube algorithms constantly changing. Liking the video, leaving us a comment. Let me know you think we're going to the point spreads. Would you pick Texas or Bama? Would you pick Texas or OU? And then what other 2 schools do you think we could potentially lose to? And give Casey Crutcher a call at 903-948-5195. Rollo Insurance. See what he can save your home, auto, life, health, and business commercial insurance. Those are for everybody listening in the states of Texas, New Mexico, Utah, Georgia, Colorado, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. Let them know that Lone Star College Football sent y'all his way. With that being said, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Until next time, welcome.